You're not gonna believe how a Coldplay concert turned into a corporate meltdown and somehow dragged Chris Martin into a billionaire's alleged affair. Yep, Chris Martin, the Fix You guy, Gwyneth Paltrow's ex, the dude whose brand is literally being a cinnamon roll. And now, apparently, he's the unintentional villain in a scandal that could torch a billion-dollar tech empire. Before we dive in real quick, if you love stories that are somehow both ridiculous and true, hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 1,000 subs, and you being here means the world to this channel. Okay, back to the madness. So, picture this, a Coldplay show. The crowd is vibing, Chris is on stage singing about stars, and suddenly, boom, the Jumbotron locks in on two people up in the nosebleeds. Cozy, cuddled up, intimate. The guy, Andy Byron, a billionaire, CEO of a tech giant called Astronomer. The woman, Kristen Kabothis, head of HR. And the catch? They're both married, just not to each other. The camera lingers. They're frozen like deer in headlights. And then Chris Martin, sweet innocent Chris, glances up, chuckles, and drops the line that would launch 1,000 Reddit threads. Either they're having an affair or they're just really shy. The crowd erupts, but behind that laughter, a man's reputation just detonated in real time. Internet detectives? Oh, they didn't sleep that night. Within hours, LinkedIn profiles were pulled, wedding pics surfaced, corporate bios, names, faces, spouses. The whole internet became one giant HR investigation. And it got worse. Turns out, Kristen, the woman cuddled up with the CEO, is literally in charge of workplace ethics. You cannot make this stuff up. Meanwhile, Andy's actual wife? Just chilling on Facebook. Small profile. Maybe 300 friends. Probably didn't expect the entire internet to show up in her comment section tagging her in the video like, "Hey, thought you should see this." And then, silence. No public statement, no post, just one brutal move. She dropped his last name from her profile. Quiet, clean, savage. Kristen's husband? Sources say he found out the same way we all did online. Imagine opening Twitter and seeing your marriage trending. And then, just when you thought it couldn't get more awkward, a letter starts circulating. Allegedly from Andy. It's heartfelt, emotional, apologizing to his wife, his company, his employees, even throws in a Coldplay lyric or two. But the internet? Oh, they were brutal. One person wrote, "Bro quoted 'fix you' while breaking her." You cannot script this level of irony. But hold up, it gets even messier. Alright, this is where it stops being funny and starts being full-blown scandalous. Oh, get this. After the video went viral, Andy Byron didn't just hide under a rock and wait for it to blow over. Nope. According to multiple insiders, he flipped out. Like raging behind the scenes, find someone to blame mode activated. And guess who allegedly ended up in the crosshairs? Chris freaking Martin. I mean, come on. Chris made one lighthearted joke literally just vibing with the crowd, and now Andy supposedly wants him to apologize? Rumor has it, someone from Andy's team reached out to Coldplay's camp asking for a retraction, a clarification. Like, what? You want Chris to hop on stage in Paris and go, "Hey everyone, just to clarify, those two weren't having an affair, they were just, violating company policy in private." It gets even more unhinged. One Reddit user claimed Andy actually sent a legal notice saying the video was non-consensual. Sir, you were on the Jumbotron at a Coldplay concert in front of 60,000 people. You don't get to scream privacy violation when you're literally in 4K on the big screen with someone who isn't your spouse. And while Andy's spiraling, Chris Martin, silent. Not a tweet, not a whisper, not even a Coldplay-coded emoji. And honestly, that's power. Chris doesn't need to say a word. He was just doing what artists do, engaging with fans. He didn't know he was unleashing the scandal of the summer. But let's be real, if your life implodes because of one joke, maybe the joke isn't the problem. Let's talk about Astronomer, Andy's company. The moment this thing went viral, Kristen Cabot, remember, the head of HR, vanished from the company website, just gone. Whispers are saying she's either been quietly fired or is on some very sudden leave. Meanwhile, internal investigations are reportedly underway, and they're not just looking at the affair. Oh no! They're digging into whether company money was used for personal travel, if anyone else in leadership knew, if HR policies were violated, and whether Andy himself crossed legal or ethical lines. But here's the twist. He's still CEO. For now. Behind the scenes, though, boardroom doors are shut. The kind of shut where investors start sweating. Because, let's face it, Ada's CEO caught up in a scandal with HR? That's not just messy. That's stock dropping, lawsuit waiting, update your resume, messy. And let's not ignore the comedy here. Kristen Cabot was literally the person who made the rules. The one sending those all-staff emails about professional conduct. She probably made the training videos on inappropriate workplace relationships. Imagine sitting through her PowerPoint 2 weeks ago, then seeing her on the Jumbotron looking very off-duty. And people noticed? This didn't feel like a new fling. This felt practiced, familiar, like they've done this before. Coldplay concerts might be their thing. Now Andy is trapped. If he stays CEO, people side-eye every decision he makes. If he steps down, that's a confession in the court of public opinion. If he sues Coldplay, congratulations, you're now a meme forever. His marriage? Probably over. His reputation? Swiss cheese. And in the office, word is his own employees are joking about him behind his back. Meanwhile, the internet has chosen a hero, his wife. Comments are like, divorce him, queen, get the company, take half. And honestly, who could blame her? But here's what Andy really didn't consider. The internet never forgets. This isn't some headline that disappears in 48 hours. This is now part of internet history. There will be memes, TikToks, parodies, HR training, slides, forever. This scandal isn't going away. And now, the memes have taken over. There are already remix edits online, Chris Martin singing Fix You while the cheating video plays behind him like some tragic rom-com trailer. LinkedIn? Oh, it's savage. People are commenting Coldplay lyrics under Andy's job updates. And caught by a Jumbotron at a Coldplay concert is officially the new gold standard for public humiliation. And Twitterer, Zor, whatever Elon's calling it this week, whew, brutal. One tweet said, cheated on his wife, exposed by a stadium, and now mad at Chris Martin like he's the side chick police? Another one that broke the internet? Plot twist, Chris Martin was never singing to the crowd. He was singing directly to Andy's wife. Y'all are vicious, and I love it. But here's the truth, Andy Byron can't PR his way out of this. Not in 2025. You can't unmeme yourself. You can't scrub screenshots off Reddit. Your legal team? Powerless. Once the internet has its teeth in a story like this, it never lets go. And you know who deserves a standing ovation in all this? Not Andy, not Chris, not even Kristen. The camera guy. Whoever that Coldplay cam operator was, you, my friend, deserve a raise, a promotion, and your own TED Talk. Seriously, that one decision to zoom in on a random couple in row Z sparked a corporate meltdown, a probable divorce, a viral internet frenzy, and a Coldplay lyric that now feels like prophecy, all from one zoom in, one moment, one guy with a camera who just saw something. Honestly, it's poetic. The CEO of a data visibility company brought down by a literal spotlight. It's like the universe said, let's make this one ironic. And now we're all wondering, was it random? Or was that camera guy an ex-employee on a revenge mission? Not saying it was a conspiracy, but tell me you wouldn't binge that Netflix doc. Either way, we owe him. Because without that footage, Andy Byron would still be shaking hands at board meetings like nothing ever happened. And we'd never know what was really going on behind those sleek executive doors. So what's the moral here? Simple. Don't cheat. Or if you are gonna cheat, please definitely don't do it at a Coldplay concert in front of a Jumbotron, operated by the most iconic camera guy of the decade. Andy Byron thought he was safe in the nosebleeds. Instead, he got a front row seat to his own downfall. And Chris Martin, unbothered, untouched, accidentally destroyed a tech CEO's life with one liney and kept singing. This story has it all. Drama, irony, betrayal, a stadium of strangers, and a pop star who walked away without saying a word. So, what do you think? Did Andy actually think he could silence Coldplay? Should Chris Martin even respond? And let's be honest, who walked away from this looking the worst? The CEO, the HR exec, or the poor camera guy who just did his job a little too well? Drop your thoughts below. I'm seriously dying to see what you all think. This one feels like a movie, and we're only halfway through the script. If this kind of deep dive tea is your thing, stick around. We've got more stories that are just as chaotic, messy, and mind-blowingly real. So, yeah. Maybe hit that subscribe button. Anyway, that's it for today. Stay curious, stay shady, and keep your eyes off the Jumbotron. Catch you in the next one.